I think one year, as the story goes, he just decided to put one in everybody's yard on Christmas. So the next day or so, everybody had a reindeer in their yard, and it just kind of become the thing in the town. Clyde's critters are amazing. They're very you know, simple and rough, cut out of pieces of wood, but they have so much personality in it, and kind of fun to them. You know, sometimes they'll paint them just bright pink or purple or something like that, and throw a bucket of glitter on them, and it's very inspiring as an artist to see that you can make something that's incredibly endearing and fun for people without having to get fancy, I guess.
They're different. You know, they're very organic, they're very rough, they're very...
I like that they're glittery.
I mean, that's exactly how they are. They're just rough. You know, he cuts it and nails it together, and if he throws paint on it, he throws paint on it, but I mean, you get what he's trying to portray. I mean, you get, you know, a dog, a reindeer, a giraffe. It's not, you know.
Very literal.
Yeah.
Well, I moved to Bynum in, I think, '97, but I worked here before that at the Haw River office, which is just down the hill over there, working with the Haw River Assembly, who works to protect the river and does a festival for kids every year. So I was working there, and then I used to walk around Bynum, where all the dogs would be loose in Bynum, just kind of wandering around and you know, nipping at your heels and stuff like that. And there I met Clyde Jones, who is the world-famous folk artist who lives here in Bynum. But I've been friends with Clyde's for a bunch of years now. I remember my dad came to visit me. He lives up in Boston, and my dad were trying to talk to each other, and a lot of people can't understand Clyde because his accent is pretty thick. And my dad's got kind of a Dutch accent, so Clyde was talking, my dad was talking, neither of them could understand what each other were saying at all, and I was kind of translating between the two. That was funny.
Yeah,
Didn't know how to work a Sharpie when we gave it to him.
yeah, we asked him to autograph the book they gave us. They were like, go over, get him to get his signature. Walked over, and he's like, you got a pen? I'm like, no, I'll go grab, you know, found somebody with a Sharpie pen. This man is trying to write with it horizontal. Like, didn't get it, which I don't blame him, you know. But he just...
He's very quiet, too.
Almost like a crabby attitude. But he seems super chill.
Yeah.
He just like, why are these people want my autograph?
Yeah.
Like, get out of my face type of thing. But I mean, he was chill. He was cool. He's just really old.
Yeah, to be working with sculptures like this, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, like chainsaws?
Yeah.
It's like our little house mascot. Some people have gargoyles on their castle, or you know, a lion by their front steps or something like that. We've got critters. Thousands, so we didn't have a critter because there was no house here. He says, come get you a critter. Pick out whatever you want. So I picked out this one. I thought it was cool because it has a super long body. Most of them don't have long bodies like that. It's nice. It's kind of amazing how well it's held up. You know, it's really pretty sturdy. It's sort of like a little bench. And you know, it's too bad that the antlers have come off. I thought about putting new ones on myself, but it didn't quite seem right. But I like it the way it is now. It looks kind of more like a wolf or something than a deer at this point. But I guess it's got a deer tail on it still. Yeah, no, I've always loved this critter.
Rudolph, because he has a red nose. And I don't know what I would name that one.
I don't know what that one's supposed to be. From this
I think
angle.
it's a cat.
Is that a cat?
Yeah. Because I think those are the whiskers. I think the nails are supposed to be the whiskers.
I don't know.
And Daisy Duke. It has daisy eyes.
Snowball. It's covered in Christmas lights.
That's a good name.
He gets mad if you don't put Christmas lights on him. Remember, we do a pumpkin carving here in Bynum every year. This family came walking up, and the little kid came running out of the car and saying, "Clyde Jones, Clyde Jones!" And Clyde was like, "Did you get a whipping today?" And he's like, "No, Clyde Jones, no." He's like always cracking jokes. It's pretty funny. And I love the way that Clyde interacts with people, and I think that's kind of what makes him so successful, is that he likes to joke and be friends with anybody that he meets, especially kids. And it's just his personality that kind of draws people in. And he makes art too, and it's kind of like the combination of the two together.
Kind of want one for my front yard.